Have you ever wondered whether you can use crackle glaze on resin? Well, we're about to find out because today is the day that I'm going to be testing this new crackle glaze I've got. This one by Polyvine I found. I've used it a few times now. I used it on my other channel and I got a great result. I'll link that video at the end of this one so you can check out what I upcycled on my other channel and check out my other channel as well because I'm sure you'd love it. It's all crafts. And I'm going to see if I can get some nice effects using a couple of different techniques with this for resin. I'm going to be using the Crystal Clear today by T-Expert. Again, it's another one of their amazing resins. Very good quality. It cures well. It's gloss finish, self-leveling, and it resists yellowing. I really like it, and it's always, like all their resins, very good quality resin at a great price. I've got my resin mixed up now, and all I'm doing is pouring some into these molds. I don't want to fill them up all the way. I only really want to fill them up about halfway, because then I want to be able to do the crackle effect on the top of this. I will link everything I've used today in the description below, so don't worry if you can't find it. Now what I'm going to do is leave that for 5 minutes and then go over it with a long neck lighter and burst any bubbles that may come up. These have been sitting for 5 minutes now. All I'm going to do is pop over them with a long neck lighter and then leave them to cure. Well, these are all lovely and dry now, and what I'm going to do with some of them is paint this on first, this crackle medium. And when you paint this crackle medium on, you're meant to go one way with the actual crackle medium like that, and then the other way with the paint. Now these ones I'm not putting any paint on first, and you'll see why once I get going. It paints on the resin really well, and you have to let this dry completely before you put the next layer on. So that's that one done. Let me see. Got a bit of a miss on that one. Go over it again. There we are. And then the other ones I'm going to paint on them first. And some of them I'm going to be using the Arteza iridescent paints. And others I'm going to be using just the normal paint. Let's paint this on here. It might need a couple of layers. And then once that's dry, we can then put the crackle glaze on. Let that dry. And once that's dry, then we can put the top coat on and let it all crackle. Yeah, I'm going to give another second coat of that yellow or green or whatever colour it is. What colour is it? Dreamy lemon yellow it is. And then these other ones, all I'm using is normal acrylic paints. Paint these on the first layer. Well, these are all lovely and dry now, so the painted ones I can pop on my crackle glaze. All I'm doing is painting it over in the same way as I painted it on the ones where I didn't use any paint to start with. I'm going in a downward motion because when I put the top coat on, I'm going to go across, making sure I get an even covering all the way over it. Pick that up, make sure that's fully covered. Missed anywhere? Yeah, I missed someone there. Same for these ones that I've already put the paint on. And then once these are dry, I can then put the top coat on all of them. Paint around the edges of this mould. If I want to, like this, I can just peel it off or leave it on. And they're all nicely covered and they shouldn't take too long to dry now. Well, these are all dry now and I'm turning them around so I make sure that I paint on the right way because I want to go to the opposite way that I did for the previous coat. And what's really important for this is that you don't go over and over the bit you've already painted. So you need to allow your paint to just kind of fall off your brush like that. And if you're finding it's not falling off well enough, thin it down a little bit with some water so that you can just drag your brush across like that. What you don't want to do is keep going over the same bit again and again. And you can already see that that is starting to crackle. There we are. So now I'm going to leave that now to do its thing. Carry on and put the top layer on the other ones that I've already painted. Before I do that, what I am going to do is go over the ones that I haven't painted because hopefully they are still going to crackle. Yeah, I can see them crackling already. Look, as they're drying. Oh, I'm loving that. And then I've got something I want to do extra with these ones. Oh, look at that crackle on that one. Awesome. Well, these have all been covered now, and they are starting to crackle really well in most places. Only this one is struggling, and any that struggle and don't crackle, I'll paint over, then do another coat of the crackle paint, and then put some acrylic paint over the top of them and use them like that. I mean, that one's a bit streaky because of the way that I put the paint on, and that is what happens sometimes with the first coat of the Arteza paint. So maybe I wouldn't use that as a top coat going forward. But other than that, these have come out with normal acrylic paint. They've come out so well, look. Now, I'm not going to do anything with these for the next, until overnight. I'm going to leave this acrylic paint to dry fully overnight. Now these are all lovely and dry. I can do my next stage on them. I'm not very happy with that one so much with the streaks, but that is what happens sometimes with these Arteza things. So what I'm going to do is put some stickers on this one. And I already think that looks so much better now. Crafting is my happy. That shame it's not in a brighter colour, but we can see it. And the little owl drinking the coffee. For the ones where I've put 2 layers of paint on, what I'm going to be doing is adding a wire finish for these. I've got 2 thin pieces of wire here. What I'm going to do is twist these together like that, and then twist them together all the way along. Now there is a quick way that you can do this, and that's by using your Dremel. And I do that all the time with longer pieces of wire. I'll show you what I mean on this shorter piece. Just be careful you don't over twist it. If you're going to use the Dremel, you need to make a loop at the end here to be able to fit in your Dremel. You can do this with a normal drill actually as well. You don't need to just do it with your Dremel. And you pop that end that you've just made those loops in to your Dremel like that. Grab hold of these 2 ends really tightly. Best way to do that is to make a little loop again, and then grab hold of that end, and then just quickly turn it on, low speed. There we are. And now that will make that a nice twisted wire. And then we've got a lovely twisted wire. So I'm going to do a few of those because I'm going to make a few different shapes to pop into these ones where I've got paint on both sides. I've got my wire done now, and what I'm going to do is bend this into some different shapes, some abstract shapes that I like. And then once I'm happy with the shapes, I can start to place them in and around my pieces. Well, I've made me wire bits now, and I've just popped them in there. What I want to do is stick them down. So to be able to stick them down, I'm going to be using the gilding glue, and hopefully, I don't know until I've tried it, that should be sticky enough to stick them down. All I'm doing is painting round the back of these, and I'm going to let that dry. And then once it's dry, I'll push on it and stick it to the base here. I'm not sure if it's going to be strong enough, but we will see as soon as it's dry. I've got my wire in there now, and I'm pleased with it. It didn't really stick it down much, but it has helped. So what I'm going to do now is, with these ones where I put it directly onto the resin, I'm going to coat the top of this with chameleon powders, some of them. Brush that on so the chameleon powders shows through the little crackle paint. And I'm also going to use some of these, which is the chrome powders. I'll link these in the description, don't worry, so you can find them. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that got me a coffee last month. It's you getting me coffees that allows me to keep running this channel, and also to buy all the bits and pieces that I need to do all these experiments. So thank you very much. If you would like to buy me a coffee to say thank you for any of my videos, then the link for that is in the description below. And then you get your name on my coffee board. Try this black one. Not much happened to this black one. It wasn't the one I would say I'm happy with. But we can see once it's demolded how it comes out. And now it's time to mix up my resin. Again, I'm going to be using the same resin as I used before, the Tea Expert Crystal Clear. And I'm going to mix that up as a 1-to-1 mix. So I've got my resin all mixed up now. And what I'm going to do to start with is pour it into this one. I'm going to pour the clear ones first, because if I don't, then I know what will happen is I'll get carried away, and then I'll end up pouring coloured resin into these ones, and that's the last thing I want to do. Pouring it right up to the top. If I want to dome these, I can always dome them afterwards. Right, let's make sure I've got them all done. Pouring that one. Oh look, I haven't done that one. I always miss this one. I missed it out when I was crackling them. Right, so they're done. And now what I'm going to add into them is the T-Expert epoxy pigments. Now, I've had these so long now. They last forever. They are the best opaque pigments for things like this that I've ever used. I'll link them in the description below. If I've got a discount code, I will let you have that as well straight away. Now I'm going to pop that over the top of that. Make sure I get these all the way to the edge. Too much in that one. I'll take some out. Over pouring is my knack. No doubt about it. Once I've finished pouring these, I'll leave them about 5 minutes as always, and then go over them with a long neck lighter and burn off any bubbles that have come to the top. There we go. And now we'll leave these to cure up, and I'll show you what they look like once they're all cured up. Well, these are all nice and cured now, and that one does look so much better now. It's got the little owl in, and it says crafting is my happy. I love the way that that's come out, and the crackle paint looks so much better in there with those in it. So let's look at some of the jewellery. That just needs a bit of a trim there. And the wire finishes it off lovely. It gives it something different about it. The two mediums kind of clash, I think, but work really well together. I think that'd look great. And the ones with the chrome powders on, that has come out so pretty because it picks up the light so well. And they would look great on pendants. And again, with the wire and those crackle in there, look great. This one I did with silver chrome powder, but then I added a red back into it, and that has come out well. So red, silver, look at that. That's beautiful. So pretty. And these would make great statement pieces. That one was the black in it with the crackle paint. That one, not so keen on. I do like this one. I don't know why. That one reminds me of the underground maps. I think that's come out cute too. Adding the white gives it a whole new sense of interest. And you could dome these if you wanted to. I'm not going to dome them. I like them as they are. Look at that, how pretty that one is. And that one. If you look at it, it goes kind of different colours. Overall, I'm really, really pleased with how they've come out. I like the ones where I've put the wire in, but I also really like the ones where I've left them and used the chrome powders as the backing. Which ones do you think look the best? The wired ones or these type of ones without the wire and where you can see through the backing? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. Something completely different again, a little bit unique, and works really well. As statement pieces, I genuinely believe that these would be popular for people to wear. Obviously not that one, but the rest of them would genuinely be very popular. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to check out the video I've got coming up next. That was a really great experiment. Love the way that came out. And again, gave a really unique finish. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.